Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to say. I mean, certainly that's a part of this. I mean, this has been ever since they were arrested in December 2017. There's been so much international pressure and outcry about this, especially since they did that investigative report, that Pulitzer Prize-winning investigative report, that when that came out public and they saw what they had just nailed down, that the Myanmar military could not even deny what they had written that report about a mass murder. There's been a lot of pressure building. But keep in mind, this is a country that was insular for decades, and there had really been a lot of behind-the-scenes negotiations and discussions going on, I should really say, that involved Reuters, that involved people from the United Nations, that involved and other advisors, representatives from Reuters news agency. So there had been a lot of communication going on for a long time. The wives of the two reporters, they sent a letter to the government in April. This was after the nation's highest court had rejected their plea to try and have to be pardoned and trying to have the reversal of the court's decisions. And the Reuters wives wrote letters back in April. So there have been a lot of things going on here, and there have been a lot of hope that it would happen somewhere around this time, as you said earlier, when you have the Burmese New Year, which is in April. That is tradition that they will start releasing a lot of prisoners, that there will be pardons. And so there was a lot of hope that somewhere around this time it would happen for those two. And it finally happened this morning.
David, how has this affected Myanmar's standing? Has it actually had any sort of material impact on the country, but also Aung San Suu Kyi's reputation? Because it's my understanding that at any time since these two journalists were jailed, she could have pardoned them.
Yeah, basically, she has the power to pardon comes from the president, Win Myint, but she basically, if she tells him to pardon them, he would pardon them. A decision like this would definitely involve her. And yes, she could have dropped. She could have had the charges dropped while they were still on trial. That much she could control the civilian government. The civilian government does not control the military, but during the trial, she could have seen to it that the charges were dropped against these two. I mean, internationally, her standing has gone way down the international community. People look at her as a Nobel Peace Prize winner who stood up for democracy under house arrest for so many years, and then they see this and so many other things that have gone in Myanmar. But domestically, her standing remains very, very strong. Most of the population here still just adores her. So it's, you know, the international look at her and the domestic look at her at Aung San Suu Kyi are quite different.